Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I am Kiera, and in today's video we're going to be talking about why friendships are important, most importantly how to value friendships that you have, and signs to look out for when it comes to being a bad friend, whether that's you being a bad friend or someone being a bad friend to you. And the key topics that we're talking about today will also help you with being a better friend in the future. If you are new to my channel, like I said, I am Kiera. Make sure you are subscribed with the notifications turned on so you don't miss when I upload videos. I upload videos every Wednesday at 10 a.m. and you don't want to miss all this tea and all this action that's going on this channel, so make sure you are subscribed. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it. If you find it helpful, leave some comments down below. Leave some comments down below on how you have been a better friend to someone, or tips that you might think that I've missed in this video. I would love to hear them. But I'm not gonna hold y'all too much, so let's go ahead and get into this video. So the first thing we're gonna be talking about is why friendships are so important. Friendships are so important, not just in relationships with the person, but also just having social lives with other people. We are human. We crave social life with other people. We need to be social with other people, whether we want to believe that or not. I'm more of an introverted person where I like to be by myself for the most part, but I also require a lot of attention with like having friends and stuff too. We need people to talk to sometimes, and sometimes like having your family around is not just as good as having a friendship, because some things you can talk to your family about that you can't talk to your friends about, vice versa. And a lot of times, like especially as women, we get so wrapped up in relationships that we forget to have friendships outside of our relationships. And I think it's so important to always remember to have friendships. Friendships can help you heal yourself in ways that your spouse couldn't help you heal yourself. Friendships are good for just having fun. Another thing I want to talk about is things that all friendships need. These are some key points that I feel like all friendships need, no matter what, no matter how long the friendship, no matter if it's new or old, no matter how long you've been friends with someone. All friendships need these things. All friendships need communication, trust, boundaries set. Friendships also need date nights. You don't always just have to go on a date night with a guy or like with a girl or your spouse or whoever you're dating. You can actually go on date nights with your friends. You need space from your friends, so you don't have to be with your friends every single day. Like, we're not kids anymore. Like, we don't have to hang out with our friends every single day. So friendships need space, communication, trust, honesty, boundaries. Like, there's so many key things that we lack when it comes to friendships when we try to put it all into relationships. And I know that's not this topic of this video, but that's the most thing that you can compare it to when it comes to how we treat our friendships versus how we treat relationships. A lot of times we lack in friendships because we're putting our all into relationships when we should be doing the same in both areas of our life. It's time to start like appreciating the friendships that we do have, making sure that we value our friends. Most importantly, like, we have to start being there for people. And this is something that I'm telling myself every day, because I have lost a lot of friends behind just not being a good friend, also them not being good friends to me. It's in that moment, I feel like I was younger. We're gonna talk about communication further in this video, but like, I wasn't able to communicate with my friends properly, and I was younger, and it was just like, once we had one disagreement, it was just over. Like, you're not going to always agree with everything that your friend is saying, because we're all different people living different lives. So if you feel like that you have to agree and be on the same page as your friend 24/7, then you are not allowing your friend to be who they are, and that's probably not a real friendship. Of course, you're going to have friends where when you have things in common with them, but you also will have friendships where y'all disagree on certain things, and that is okay. So you just have to value the friendship and what they put forth. You're gonna have friends that you can chill and bring to your house, and y'all can just have an in-house girl night. You're gonna have party friends. You're gonna have mom friends. Like, you have different friends for different occasions and different reasons. And just because you're not seeing those friends that often does not mean that the friendship is still not good. I have friends that I've had since like 5th, 6th grade that we don't talk every day, but I know that our friendship still holds a bond like dear to me, and I love them dearly because they're my friends, and I know that we're just on different paths in our life. But if I was to call them or they were to call me, we answer, we talk for hours. We're adults now, and that's another thing that I wanted to talk about. Friendships start to teach us things in early childhood, and I think it's so important to have friends as a child. And a lot of times we grow up, if we have strict parents or parents don't let us do anything, or like have certain friends because they feel like this friend is a bad influence and things like that. Speaking from like my perspective of like, I've always been a house body. Like, I never really liked to get out the house as a kid. Like, I would go outside with my group of friends, and that was like until like my middle school era, like where I was outside a lot. But for the most part, I really just was in the house. And I feel like with me not making as many friends like in grade school, elementary, high school, like I strictly had friends from school, but once we were out of school, we just didn't communicate that much. And then I had my neighborhood friends, but once we were in school, I didn't see them. So I just always had different groups of friends scattered everywhere, where I never created a whole sacred bond with a group of women or a group of friends. Like I've had best friends, but we all just always end up separating. And I feel like with me taking that route as a teenager, not actually being able to make friends, I didn't really learn how to value friendships at a young age. So me being 26 now, I'm understanding, like, when I had this falling out with this woman, this young lady, I played a part in it too, because we could have communicated better. And that's the key thing, like I keep talking about, is you have to communicate, understand that y'all are going to have disagreements. Y'all are not going to agree with every little thing that you're doing. But you have to understand that it is okay for you not to agree with your friend, and then y'all still come back together and still love each other. You know what I mean? And I feel like I've let a lot of friendships turn sour because we were both immature and not communicating. And me as a woman, an adult and maturing now, I'm understanding that the part I played in some of the friendships that ended. A lot of times the dynamic of your friendships in adulthood kind of change, especially once you start to have a career or have children or have like a spouse. Things change, and I feel like a lot of people feel entitled to always having to spend time with you. But like I said, friendships need space. So if you have a friend that feel like they have to be around you 24/7, then y'all need to establish boundaries to the point where they understand that I'm not going to see her seven days a week. Like I'm not going to see my friend 7 days a week, but when we come together, it's still a mutual bond. So now we're going to talk about some things that friendships has taught me. Pretty much my whole life, because this is not just no certain era of my life, but I've learned so many things within my friendships that are life-changing, but also it helps me reevaluate how I approach friendships and how I could have been a better friend to other people as well. Sometimes friendships just run their course and there's really no hard feelings between the friendship. You guys just grow apart. It happens. I've had friends where I've had friends where basically we just either moved away from each other, or we went to different schools, or this is like, you know, back in high school. Because I feel like in my adulthood, I really haven't had that many friends, but like we basically just grow apart from each other. And I feel like it's okay. Like if I see her, it's just still all love, you know? And I've also had friendships where they just turn sour, like literally turn sour. And I'm not saying, okay, and I just want to be very, very clear about this, because I don't ever get on social media and talk about my friendships. I have in the past, but I'm going to explain it to y'all, okay? So I played my part in the ending of these two friendships, but I also... Okay, so this has happened to me twice. And this is one key thing that once you do this, I feel like there's no coming back from it. And I'm the type of person, I'm so private with my relationships, my friendships, and things like that. Like if I have a falling out with somebody, the internet and the world won't know about me having a falling out. They'll just stop seeing me with that person, because I don't put my business on the internet. You know, I don't like that, because once it's there, it's there. And I've had friendships where the first time it happened to me, this friend went straight to the internet and was like basically gossiping about things that they did for me and how they was there for me and I'm never there for them. But the way that they wanted me to be there for them was more material, which at that time, being completely honest, I didn't have the funds to be there for them material wise. Like I didn't have the funds to buy birthday gifts, you know what I'm saying? So just being completely honest. And that friend went to the internet and like started trying to bash me, but I had been there for them in different ways, but they wasn't mentioning that on social media. And I started to go back and forth with her family, and like we argued, and it was just really embarrassing. It's really, really cringe. I feel like just looking back on it, I could have ignored the comment. That friendship was just done. Like it was over, you know, like once you take something to the internet, I feel like it's just over from there. And this is just my personal experience with friendships. And I know that I played a part in that. Weren't cool. That happened back in like 2015, like right after high school. And then I had another incident with one of my friends. I would say ex-friends, but like I feel like at the same time, this friendship turned sour and then we started back communicating. on the internet. We don't really like see each other in person or anything like that, but I do have respect for her, and like we just don't cross, like we never really argue. She needed something from me, but I didn't feel comfortable with the situation, and I told her that. And she took it to social media, and she basically just started doing the same thing that the last friend did, and saying all this stuff that she did for me, and how she would like take me to work and pick me up when I didn't have a car, and just pretty much just drug it. And I just was like, I peeped. And this time I didn't go all in on the internet, because it was like, it was no point. It was just like, you talking shit about me. I peeped the shade. Literally, this is what it was on Twitter actually, and I was like, I peeped shit, and I just keep it pushing, because I'm not about to argue with you over something so petty. I learned my mistake last time, because that was embarrassing to me, and then this go around, when she was talking stuff, I just left it where it was, and we just didn't talk. If we could have had the conversation, how she felt about me saying that I couldn't do this certain thing for her, if we would have had that conversation, I feel like our friendship wouldn't have turned sour. But the fact that you go to the internet and you bash me and like make it seem like you're doing all this stuff for me, but you don't include what I'm doing for you, even if it's not materialistic, is the reason why that's just a big no-no for me in friendships. Because a lot of times people will make it seem like they're doing all this for you, but they're not appreciating the smaller things that you're doing for them. And that's why that friendship turns sour. But I say that to say that your friendships off of social media, if you're going to value a friendship, you need to learn how to communicate. Number one, you need to keep your friendships off of social media. Don't allow the influence of social media friendships to dictate your friendships. Another thing that friendship has taught me is friendships cannot be one-sided. A friendship cannot be me putting all in all the work on communicating with you, and every time I reach out, we text, but when I don't reach out, or if I'm not in the space to reach out, you don't reach out and check on me. That's not how it works. I will not do one-sided friendships. And I feel like to value a friendship, you actually have to have the same effort being put in on both sides. Like, you can't have a friendship and then on one end you're doing all this and the friend is just not putting in no work. Like, friendships take just as much work as a relationship. Another thing friendships has taught me is just not to deal with toxic friends. Like, I will never deal with people who are so focused on the bad things or focused on drama. Like, I just don't have the time and space in my life, especially at where I'm at now, to deal with those type of things. So if I see that you're on social media, like, just doing the most, like, if you don't vibe with me, I don't care how pretty you are, I don't care how many friends you have, I don't care how many, like, I don't care about the life that you live on social media. If I feel like you're always in some mess, if I feel like I've seen a lot of your friendships get ruined over social media. Oh my God, if I see you going back and forth with friends on social media, that's a big no-no. Like I just said, that is a big no-no for me. Like, I really take my friendship serious at this point in my life, because I don't have time to keep on just friending people, unfriending people, falling out with people. Like, I'm 26, I'm almost 30. I don't have time for that, okay? Like, I don't have time to play the childish on and off game with people. Like, I don't have time for that. Like, if you need space, you need space, but the on and off, you going behind my back gossiping about your friends to me, like, Another thing that I will not tolerate in friendships is if you come to me talking about your other friends. Like, I've had that happen to me so many times, and that's where I draw the line on the information that I tell those friends. Like, I've had friends that talk to me and talk about their best friends, and it's like, girl, now you know I'm not about to tell you anything, because you literally talk shit about your best friend. Like, why would I trust you and we haven't even known each other that long? You know what I'm saying? But I would say the most important takeaway message from this video in friendships and how to value your friendships is to communicate. If you're having a disagreement or a misunderstanding, communicate how you guys feel about that. Communicate how you can fix it. Unsaid conversations can leave a friendship literally where it's at, and you will not move forward in that friendship. The bond will be broken, and you will always feel this resentment toward this friend. Have those conversations with your friend just as well as you're willing to have it with a spouse. Like, put the same work in that you put into your friendships. And when I say communicate with your friends, I literally mean communicate to listen and not communicate just to talk. Allow your friend to speak to you and you to understand exactly what they mean. Communicate to get them to understand you, and then listen when they're communicating so that y'all understand each other. That is the one key thing I feel like in friendships that will help friendships grow. Establish boundaries. If you feel like you don't want to do this certain thing with this friend and they keep on putting you in these situations. Establish those healthy boundaries. Go on friendships dates. Go have girls nights, guys nights, whatever the case is. Take your friends out. Empower them the way that you show love, or the ways that they would like to be shown love. Learn your friend. Like, you can, it's so many friendships that you probably have with people, and you probably don't even know like what their love language is. And I say love language because it's a love language. You love the friends that you're friends with. And I feel like if you can't grow to love the friendships that you have, then it's a bond that you create with people. So learn their friendship love language. Okay, you got to learn how to be a better friend to people and to value those friendships. Most importantly, do not allow petty arguments, do not allow petty drama, do not allow naysayers in y'all business. Just as well as you won't put people in your business in your relationship, do not allow people to have a foot or a say so in your friendships. Value friendships just as well as you will value a relationship, and that is the key to having it last long in friendship. I cannot wait until the day where I find my homegirl or home guy, I don't know. But I would just say the most important thing is to love one another and allow space to be different. Allow each other to be different. But that is all I have for today's video. I hope y'all enjoyed this video on the topic of friendships and how to value friendship. If you did, like I said, give this video a thumbs up. Leave some comments down below of any key topics that I missed on the value of a friendship. Also, if you're not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button and also have notifications turned on so you don't miss when I upload videos. Like I said, I upload videos every Wednesday at 10 a.m. and you don't want to miss it. So make sure you are subscribed with the notifications turned on, and I will catch y'all in another video.